Peggy, you taught me about anchors, and one of the things that I remember you talking about was how you never lose your keys because of the anchor that you created. Would you share that with us?
Yes, I try to put my keys the same place all the time, but I have several anchors using my doorknob of the like when I'm going out the door or in the door, it will remind me to like switch off the lights or to find my keys. Anything we can anchor like that.
And so I have an anchor with my toothbrush. Many years ago, I tied a rubber band with my affirmations to my toothbrush because I would find that I wasn't spending time doing my affirmations. So then I said, okay, fine. What do I have to do every day? Well, I brush my teeth every day. So I got into the habit of the only way I allow myself to brush my teeth is if I took off that little index card, I said my affirmations, and then I earned the privilege of brushing my teeth. And so now to this day, that was 20-something years ago. Now to this day, whenever I brush my teeth, I just stand there and I'm rattling off affirmations, and it's just become second nature. But for someone that's on the call that's, wants more of an outline, well, how do you do that and what do you mean? How exactly can they fire an anchor or create an anchor so that it helps them in leveraging their time in a way to get more done with less effort?
I can give an anchor that I have with myself, and I'll walk through it so that anyone on the call would be able to establish an anchor for themselves. I do a lot of public speaking and working in workshops and all, and so I want to feel energetic and confident when I'm up in front of a group so that I begin to give that energy for everyone in the room to also associate to. When I was much younger, I did barrel racing. I grew up on a ranch, and so that was one of our fun times was barrel racing. And I remember that on my last barrel race before I went to college, my horse came around that last barrel, and I mean everything was perfect, and it was just a dead run. And then just as we came by the flag, the man says 17 seconds, and I'm going, oh my gosh, I had beat the state record. And so some years later, when I was wanting this confidence to be able to have that to go on the stage, what I did was remember back so I wanted a strong experience, and I thought, I remember when I won that race, I felt so confident. I was a winner. I was full of energy. So I remembered it back as though as I were running that race again, and then just as I was getting in all of that feeling, almost ready to go whoopee, I rubbed my hands together, kind of like when you rub your hands together to start something. And so then I did that a couple of times, and then when I was ready to go on the stage, all I have to do now is rub my hands like that, and just like that I feel that confidence. I don't feel like I'm on a horse again, of course, but I have that confidence and that feeling of success and being a winner. So that's been a crucial anchor for me, and I think any of you, if you have a strong state that you want, whether it's calmness or it's confidence or excitement, if you think of a time in the past and then go back as though you were there, hearing and seeing and feeling the same feelings that you were in that experience, there'll be a moment when all of a sudden you feel like you're back there, and then that's the time to set your anchor, whether it's pulling your earlobe or snapping your finger or rubbing your hands together, whatever you've determined that you want to have as your trigger. So that's a kind of it's key that you be in that strong state, because whatever state you're in when you set that trigger, that's what you're going to get.
Brilliant. And what I have found with using that myself is that the more I use it, the stronger it becomes. Whereas I can remember setting some anchors that I forgot to fire, that I forgot to use, and now they're pretty weak. They don't hold much weight. Whereas the few that I fire pretty regularly, I too have one that I fire up before I sit down to write, and one that I fire up before I get on the stage to speak. One that I fire up when I want to make peace with my honey. In that state of I'm relaxed and flexible and flowing.
Yeah.
I'm in my feminine side. I fire one up for that. And so the more we use those, the stronger they become. And when we're talking about intentionality and the power of intention, law of attraction, those states have a vibrational field that we carry with us and into each new experience every time we fire it up. And so knowing that what our most dominant vibrations is what we are attracting in the moment. And by firing that anchor of that powerful state of positive confidence or peaceful creative resolution, whatever it is, we're actually vibrating in alignment with creative solutions and greater flow and greater harmony and greater ease and greater flexibility. And that's how you end up getting more done with less effort and being just literally hundreds of times more effective than we would be if we didn't fire up those anchors.
I also would like to challenge people on the call to think of at least one behavior that you have almost on a daily basis that is an anchor that's maybe taking you into a behavior that you don't want. In other words, it's causing you to be depressed or fearful or whatever. One of the most frequent things is people turning on dismal talk radio on their way to work and then expecting to arrive at work feeling wonderful and confident and that the world's a good place to be when they've just been listening to doomsday for 40 minutes and in traffic and getting more irritable and so there's little things like that actually trigger us into a less than good state and we don't even realize that we're doing that there's a trigger there that's creating a state or a behavior that we don't want. So I challenge each one of you out there to find one of those and be aware of that, of what might be more uplifting or keep you more on track or just make you a happier person.